Hello, boys and girls. This month we're going to be starting our insect theme. So I wanted to hop on here real quick and go over a little question of the day today. So this week we started talking about insects. So we talked about what is an insect, and today we're gonna talk about where we find insects. All right, so let me flip this around. Okay. So I'm going to put here what is an insect. Okay, so some of the characteristics of an insect are: it has 6 legs. It usually has 1 to 2 sets of wings. It has 3 body parts. And they're small, right? Okay. So now, our question. Okay, so this is what an insect is. So it has 6 legs, has 1 to 2 sets of wings, has 3 body parts, and they're usually small. Now, our question of the day is, where do you find, so I can squeeze it in here, insects? Question mark. All right, so let's take a minute and put our thinking caps on. So where do you find insects? So think about so the question of our day, today was, have you seen an insect today or this week? And now think about, where did you see it? Let's see, like I saw a butterfly. Now, where would you find a butterfly? You could find it in the sky, maybe you would say, or on a flower, or even on the ground, or in a tree. Let's see, what other insects have I seen? I've seen some ants. Now, I seen them, they were actually in my kitchen. But where else could you find them? You would find them on the ground. How about, what else have I seen? I've seen a ladybug. Where do you usually see them? I've seen them on my window. But I've also seen them on leaves. Let's see, what other insects? How about firefly? I see them at night. Okay, so just think about some insects and where have you seen them? Were they in the sky? Were they on the ground? Maybe were they in your house? Were they outside of your house? Maybe they were at the park or the playground. So think about, where have you found insects? Okay. So I'm going to show you some insects here. Okay, so I have this little chart. So parents and families, I emailed this to you. I emailed a worksheet that had all the places insects could live, and then I also has these little cards. So what I did was I cut them up, and then I glued the places on a piece of paper. Then I drew different lines in the middle. Then I just put little pieces of tape, and then you can tape where the animal goes. So where do they live? And then the lines can also, you can have your child trace them. So you can do different, like straight lines, diagonal lines, curved lines. So this also practices them tracing, and it also helps them practice some pre-writing skills. So I'm gonna a little closer. Keep walking back and forth. Okay. So we have, where do they live? So we have some grass. We have a little hill. We have a hive. And then we have a web. So let's see. So I'm going to show an animal. Let's see if we can figure out where it would live. Okay. So I have an ant. So where do you think an ant would live? Let's get fuzzy. So where would an ant live? Okay, well it might live in the grass. Would it live in a spider web? No. How about an anthill? Yes. That's the best place it would live. Okay, so I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to pretend that the ant is going towards the anthill. So I'm going to trace this line as best I can. Now it's going to the anthill. Now I have this insect. It goes bzzz. So usually you find this in the sky, maybe on some flowers, but where does it actually live? Does it live in grass? Does it live in a hive? Yep, it lives in a hive. So usually they kind of go in like, this is how they fly, they kind of go in circles. So I'm going to pretend that my bee is flying to its hive. So you can even put it kind of down like that. So these are a little bit tricky. You gotta go around and around and around and around. That's kind of how they fly. Okay. Now this insect is a spider. Now we're going to learn about later, I think tomorrow or Friday, we're going to learn about how a spider is not really an insect, but they sometimes include it because it's like a bug. So where would you find an insect? Would you find it in the grass? Possibly. Or are you more likely to see it in its spider web? That's why it's called a spider web. And this is how spiders move. They go up and down, up and down. Alright, so I'm going to attach him over here. And I'm going to get a marker. And I'm going to trace the line. So you can have your child trace the lines, or you can have them just make them. That's even better. They just make different lines, different straight lines. This is a zigzag line. You can have them make curved lines. Just have them try to travel to where they live. Alright, and last but not least, I have a grasshopper. And where would a grasshopper live? In the grass. So I'm going to put him up there. And then I just have a simple straight line. So you can even do it, have your child do it above it. See if they can draw a straight line. So like you can have them trace one. And then you can have them pretend that the ant is going to the anthill. You can have them trace the bee flying. And then have them practice. This is kind of like making a lowercase e. So this is helping them practice lines, so when they're going to be writing. And then the spider, you can have them make their own zigzag line. So this will help them with those diagonal lines for different letters like Z's and N's. So this is all helping them with lines, so when they eventually make their letters and their numbers. So this is helping with them with their line making. Alright, boys and girls and families. hope you enjoy our insect theme this month. Make sure you get outside when it's nice and carefully look for bugs safely. Don't just hold them in your hand because they can maybe bite you or sting you. So it's best to just maybe look with your eyes, and then especially since today we're talking about where they live, see if you can find any. I mean, it's going to be kind of nice today, and I know tomorrow's going to be nice too, so try to get out there and see if you can find some bugs. You're bound to find a bug somewhere because usually they're everywhere, sometimes even in your house, and you don't want them. Alright, so have fun. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you or talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.